there have been some updates when it comes to not only Fulton County in general, but this YSL trial specifically. Of course, we got to go over to X and shout out my guy Thugger Daily over there putting in work. What do we have in this update here about Atkins? It says the streets are saying that Christian Atkins has been promoted to the Major Crimes Murder Division under Adam Abadi. All right, so give it up to our guy, the karate master, Mr. Atkins out there getting promoted. Congratulations if that's true. Shout out to him. I think as animated as he was definitely a breath of fresh air when it came to this trial. Move things along. I mean, even though he was up there saying Papa, Papa, we had a good time with Mr. Atkins, and I think his closing statements were very well put together. But Thugger Daily also says, guess it pays to be the least worst on the train wreck prosecution team. Dang, Thugger Daily throwing shots. Another thing I thought was interesting was Doug Weinstein commenting on this Twitter thread as well. What did he say? He said he's a good guy who did a very good job. He is likable and a good attorney. The jury liked him. I could work with him. Oh my. Doug, don't be switching sides on us now. He is unfailingly polite and professional. Promote that, man. All right, so look at Doug showing some love. Not bad. So shout out to Mr. Atkins. If that is true, congratulations to you. Now, with an update here, we talked about this in the past week, but we had Miles Farley, aka Slatto, they call him. He was trying to get a motion, this plea in bar, and motion to dismiss based on a couple of factors, and we named them based on the fact that they locked up his attorney, based on the fact that there were delays, based on the fact that their demand for a speedy trial was never dismissed. And we have an update here too, thanks to Thugger Daily as well. So we have, as of yesterday, and this happened yesterday afternoon, Thugger Daily says Slatto's motion to dismiss was denied. Oh. He said, it turns out, while it's true Glanville never dismissed his demand for a speedy trial, Judge Dempsey, who temporarily handled the status conferences for the severed defendants, did dismiss it already. Okay, and here's the denial here. It says the state of Georgia versus Miles Farley, order denying defendant's plea in bar and motion to dismiss. Upon consideration, the defendant's plea in bar and motion to dismiss based on statutory speedy trial demands and constitutional speedy trial rights, including a review of the record, the court finds the defendant's demands for a speedy trial was in fact dismissed via a court order on May 14th of this year as untimely, contrary to what is noted in the defendant's filing. Defendant's plea in bar and motion to dismiss is therefore denied. So ordered this 10th day of December 2024 by Judge Paige Reese Whitaker. Now we're going to be seeing Judge Whitaker next week. Hopefully we'll get to see a lot of this coverage here. I know there's a couple of things we might not get video on, which I'm actually going to discuss here next. Shannon Stillwell, you know, Shannon and Yak are still trying to get out of jail. It's looking like they're getting very, very close, specifically when it comes to Shannon Stillwell. Again, Thugger Daily has been on it with some great updates about what's going on behind the scenes. Thugger Daily says Shannon has a final plea scheduled for Tuesday, December 12th or December 17th, excuse me, for all his remaining cases before Judge Belinda Edwards. Now, we're going to talk about Belinda Edwards, and y'all might remember that name because I actually did a video about Belinda Edwards 6 months ago. We'll talk about it here in a second. What does Thugger Daily also say? Could be the day he finally goes home after beating this Rico. His lawyers have consistently indicated he's close to a resolution. So let's look at this post real quick. State of Georgia versus Shannon Jackson. All right. And he's a repeat offender. What is this? Belinda Edwards is going to see him there on this. And they show the different parties and attorneys. And then we have this one. She's going to see him on all of these cases. And his final plea is going to be on the 17th. Now, interesting thing here. And I wanted to point this out from Thugger Daily. Let me see if I could find it. So Thugger Daily did have an interaction with Baby Bean over on X and says, do we know how this judge is compared to Yaks. Thugger Daily said, I heard she's strict. And interestingly enough, Kayla Bumpus responded to Thugger Daily and said she's very defense friendly. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. As y'all know, Kayla is currently representing Shannon and Yak Gotti on both of these hearings. And moving forward, it seems like she has confidence in Belinda's ability to handle this trial or to handle these hearings. Now, going to Belinda Edwards, we're actually going to do a little bit of a rewind back to when I had no facial hair. It wasn't that long ago. And Belinda Edwards was actually going to be involved in the YSL trial, but she ended up recusing herself. So I'm going to actually play one of my own videos. I hate doing this just because it's so weird, but I was the only one who I saw covering this at this time during the YSL trial. So it was mentioned in short by Thugger Daily when everything happened, but y'all check this out, a little bit of history about who Belinda Edwards is and what happened. So Thugger Daily says DeMonte Kendrick versus Glanville looks like the petition for writ of mandamus. Hold on a second. I am super fast on this. Give me 1 second. Boom, here we go. Regarding the recusal of Judge Glanville has been assigned to Judge Belinda Edwards. All right, now this is interesting. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background on who Belinda Edwards is. All right, y'all can see the case information here, and it has been assigned to this lovely lady who is Judge Belinda Edwards. Now, Belinda Edwards, she is pretty new to being a judge. I got some notes here I want to read for y'all. It says that Belinda Edwards has been serving on the Superior Court of Fulton County since 2017. All right, so it's barely been 7 years. All right, and then she has been, let me see, I'm trying to find here how long she has actually been in the court system. It hasn't been that long, but the interesting part about that. So Judge Glanville has been on the Superior Court bench since 2005, right? And then it says Judge Glanville and Belinda Edwards have been serving together on the Superior Court of Fulton County since she got there in 2017. So these two have been working together for 7 years. And again, this is the issue I had with the Supreme Court making this or forcing this type of process. Now, there's still different ways they can go about trying to get Judge Glanville off of this case. But as I mentioned, they have a connection. They're co-workers. They've worked together. They probably handled cases together. They probably have each other's number, have been talking back and forth about certain things. So it's interesting to see that these two have been colleagues and worked together for the past 7 years. And now Belinda is the one who gets assigned to this case, of course. So it'll be interesting to see, knowing that she has that history with Glanville. Obviously, everyone in Fulton County has been working together and has this history, but she's been seemingly pretty close to Glanville in this instance. So I don't know. Judges are their own individuals, and Kayla seems to have confidence in the fact that Belinda is going to be maybe more friendly towards getting Shannon home before the holidays. But y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments and in the chat. Is it looking good for Shannon? Should we give congratulations to Mr. Atkins as well? I want to see what y'all think.